assumption. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
When it hurts like this, climb the greatest heights, jump down and have a fight. And that's all we'll ever like, but that can never change my mind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way, yeah. When it hurts like this, we hold each other high, but we fall 1,000 times. But I'd never say goodbye or ever leave this stuff behind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way, yeah. When it hurts like this, when it hurts like this, when it hurts like this. If I gave you a week, would you keep it in a bottle, lie in bed and pour a drink of me? And let your friends think you're developing a problem, but we're happier than it could be. And if there wasn't always something dragging us down, like everyone around us saying we're just messing around. Well, maybe I can love you, babe, but maybe I'm too afraid of getting less than I gave.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, 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 I can help you out. Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no one to ride to. Here we go again. Call me up and you wanna be my friend. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, 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 I can help you out. Look, if you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, 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 I can help you out.
Just you and me.
The Nittany Lions are lined up for the kickoff. Singleton sets a return. Singleton returns the kick. Kickoff return 23 yards.
Yeah, I could hear you, Corey. What's up, everybody? Yeah, yeah. I will take you through the game while we wait for Mr. Listoki to get all set up here. So, Trace.
Okay, I think they can hear me now.
Trace threw that
Sorry
one in the
about that,
belt.
everybody. Let me know if I'm too loud or if I'm too quiet. We can play there, but Penn State looked like they went right down the field, scored. It looked like it was a deep touchdown pass to Trey Wallace, and 2022's on a roll early.
Parker Washington, 7-yard punt return. Sight we're used to.
You know, I thought it would be worth just letting everybody know kind of how it all works. So some of the things you see often that people get confused with, like, well, why are they dropping so many interceptions, or why are they trying to stiff arm everybody? One of the shortcomings in this game is the computer will not juke in any capacity. So they won't juke, they won't spin move no matter what. So in order to get like the right amount of statistics for broken tackles or just a really good player, you need them to have higher other statistics. So the numbers end up coming out right, but if you actually watch the game, you see a lot of stiff arms, you see a lot of dropped interceptions, but that's really to get the right number of incompletions, the right amount of deflections, etc. So that's kind of why you see what you see sometimes.
Interesting. Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of catching the ball and just running out of bounds too, with nobody around them, and I just don't know if that would happen in reality.
Which part of that? Sorry, I missed you.
So there's a lot of catching the ball near the sideline, and they just go out of bounds, and I'm like, if that was real life, I think they would just take it upfield.
Yeah. They love, so when this game came out, they loved like the sideline animations. So anything
Right.
that's sort of close, they really tried to make it look a lot more fun as Trace McSorley takes off for 15 yards. This is a big drive for 2016. We talked a lot about this 2016 team and what they can do really well. Well, one thing they really don't want to do is get behind early by a bunch, because that means their offensive line has to hold in pass protection, but then also let Manny Diaz and that defense kind of come after you. And then the other side, it lets Sean Clifford just hand the ball off and run the rock.
Trace on the struggle bus early throwing the ball. More
I
like
think,
Deshaun, right?
yeah, there's Deshaun. I'm trying to think what else, like, as far as the game goes, that is a little bit interesting that we had to account for. But I think for the most part, it does a pretty good job, as there's a big time sack right there. I think that was Devon Ellie's. I will say Devon Ellie's. Oh, that was PJ Mustapher. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a Mustafa,
But
yeah.
Devon Ellie's does a really good job, or has done a really good job in this series so far. So a lot of credit to him.
Blake season.
I think he's one of the highest rated players in this game, actually. I think he's like a 93, 94.
I believe it.
This is kind of a big drive right here. Just phenomenal. I mean, I tell you what, if John Clifford's able to hit passes like that all day, this one's going to be over pretty quickly. And just so everyone knows, Trace McSorley is rated a lot higher than Sean Clifford is in this game. So if you were concerned or you thought I had a huge Sean Clifford bias, Trace McSorley is rated much better.
Yes, this is looking like a good Cliff day so far. What's he, 10 of 11 now? So that's above 90% for those of you who struggle in the math department. You catch that? Wow. KLS. Big reception.
Now, I will say also that we're able to. There's more to the game than what people realize. So, getting hot early and completing a couple passes does wonders for your accuracy. Now, those are things that you don't see in the base game itself, but there's a lot of under the hood sliders and things you're able to mess with. So, getting a hot start early does do wonders for you.
Singleton with a couple. That touchdown. Wait, I don't know, Jim. Did he get in? Jim!
That was a nice little move right there. Just breaking tackles and carries John
Jim,
Reed
he
in the
get
end zone.
in.
I think the sound should be better now. Someone let me know that you were actually a little bit loud. I was a little bit quiet. So hopefully we're close now. But I mean, this is big, right? 2022 up 14-0 early. I know 2016 is a second half team, but don't really want to get down much more than this. I did do a couple alterations after the first two games, so hopefully we don't see Sean Clifford doing as many read options as we saw in game 2. I don't think he's ran for read option yet. Someone could correct me, but I don't think he has yet.
Yeah, I noticed a lot in the first two simulations that he kept on a lot of those read options. Trace, nice scamper for 9.
Oh, so there's Manny Diaz bringing the blitz. Oh, so that's a good example right there. So,
Yep.
Technically an incompletion, and it looked like, oh, maybe Keaton Ellis should pick it off. But if you really want to consider it, like as far as statistics go, you would just kind of imagine that was more just like a deflection by Keaton Ellis than an actual attempt for the interception. The game really doesn't have that many deflection animations as they do just straight up interception animations. So that's kind of the way to perceive that. Big stop there on third down, though.
Yeah, that's something that I know we were used to seeing in 2016. 3rd and 1, we have best running back in the country, and we can't pick up a yard. It's just pain. Cliff's slicing them up right now. It's Caden Saunders. I noticed Caden Saunders plays a lot in the simulations.
I think he's technically the 5th best wide receiver, so he gets out there from time to time in that slot. I think him and Omari Evans are pretty much rated the same in this game, so I guess theoretically I could have went to the depth chart and put Omari Evans over him, but I think talent-wise, we'd agree Caden Saunders, we would at least hope has a higher ceiling, but we haven't necessarily seen that yet. But yeah, he does play a decent amount.
Yeah, and I mean, I really liked Omari Evans last year, but Saunders was the higher recruit. But Evans is so raw, and he's already ahead of him. It's interesting. That was a nice throw by Cliff. Hanging in the pocket, knowing he's going to take a hit. They're going to miss Mitch Tinsley.
Yeah, good blocker, good just all around player. I wish Penn State had him for 2 years. I think could have probably seen another guy. I think maybe he hasn't played his best ball yet. So curious to see who he ends up with. But he could kind of reminds me of like a Marcus Colston type, like just secretly hang around in the NFL for a long
Right.
time.
Nice tough run by Singleton. They should go deep here. Nothing there. Ooh, Cliff got knocked into next week. Who made the hit? Grant Haley.
It was really hard to rate the corners for the 2016 team because like Grant Haley, I didn't realize how short he was, and like John Reed was good, but like he wasn't Joey Porter Jr. as Brent Strange takes it to the inside the 5 there as the first quarter comes to a close. So it was just hard to rate those guys because like they're not bad players. Even Marcus Allen, not a bad player, but is he? You know, he's not a Jair Brown. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it was hard to put a kind of like the side of like these guys actually really good or what was the actual situation going on there.
Yeah, I don't think any of those guys are within 5 points of even Keaton Ellis. K-Tron touchdown.
I do like how often they get K-Tron Allen in the game. It was hard to get that right balance because a lot of times the computer likes to just leave the starter in.
Right.
But I think K-Tron Allen has scored at least twice now in 3 games during this. So he's getting in there. And Penn State 2022 is off to a butt whooping earlier. This is not really what I wanted to see, but see if Trace McSorley can come back from this. This is going to be interesting.
Done it before. Go back to the Big Ten championship game, but this is a different kind of defense they're facing. Blacknall with a nice catch.
Yeah, I apologize. My audio isn't really where I want it to be, so I haven't been as, I guess, welcoming as I was hoping to be. We've said the same thing about K-Tron Allen, but we'll say the same thing for Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders plays a decent amount in these simulations, which is also nice to see. So, I don't know. Go ahead.
It's funny, too, because back during 2016, it felt like, and I think it felt like Andre Robinson played a lot more. Who he ended up transferring out, I believe, either the next year or 2018.
Yeah. And even Mark Allen played a little bit. Mark Allen is in this game. He doesn't get any true. I think he got a couple carries in the first game, but honestly, 2016's moved the ball. It's in these short yardage situations where they've really struggled. And Manny Diaz comes with the blitz, leaves Brandon Polk. Brandon Polk plays a bunch too, which by 2016 he wasn't playing nearly as much. But
I think he redshirted that year.
Did he?
Or was it? Might have been 17. He redshirted randomly in the middle of his career.
He get hurt? I don't remember.
I think he was banged up at the beginning of his season, and then they decided to just Trace laid the boom. Was that on Joey Porter Jr.? I think he was banged up, and they just decided to sit him down for the year. Trace just annihilated Joey Porter Jr. on a run.
Yeah, again, so that was what I was going to say. Same thing with like break tackles, right? So you just kind of have to imagine that's a big drop by Godwin there. Just kind of have to imagine that those broken tackles are not just broken tackles, but also jukes and stuff as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. Godwin with the bubble screen, just like, he'd get used to that later in his career. That was a decent Isaac there, forcing a quick throw by Trace, and now Tyler Davis for a field goal.
Kind of big for just 2016 to get on the board here. I know it's not a touchdown, but just to get on the board, get something positive going. I said the same thing about the quarterbacks and them throwing. It's the same thing for wide receivers and stuff. So I saw that drop there. Kind of gotta get them hot. And right now, 2016 just hasn't been able to get anybody hot.
Yeah, I think a good what if from that season was what if Tyler Davis missed the field goal against Minnesota? He was money in 16. Cliff with a nice first down run.
Plenty of time, and that was the other thing too, right? Like this defense in 2016, it's good, but if they're on the field a lot, it's going to be tricky for them as far as depth is concerned to really look at 15 for 16 as well. But I mean, they're going to get worn out. I mean, there was not a lot of depth on this defensive line. I mean, guys that turned out to be pretty good. I mean, Sharif Miller, Torrance Brown did some good things. Parker Cawthorn, Curtis Cawthorn.
Yeah.
I mean, they did good things, but at this point in their careers in 2016, not a bunch of depth.
No, that was the problem with them at Michigan, too. They had just a few injuries, and those injuries ended up killing us up there.
Nice sack there by Amani Orarie. Sean, I'll be right back. I'm going to try something else saved for this audio situation.
Okay. Yeah, it feels like 2022, they could really deliver the knockout blow here. If they could score a touchdown, a field goal, I guess 16's still in it, but a touchdown would be pretty devastating to come back from as Cliff gets walloped down a read option. Looks like they're in there in 3rd and long. Now, Cliff's been money today, so chains moving. Throws everybody there, so that's a big stop for 16. And that was kind of the thing about the 2016 defense in general. Outside of the USC game, they made big stops at big times, like to keep their team in it. You think about the Big Ten championship game, the game with Ohio State. Like if there was a stop that needed to be made, they were going to make it. Interesting too that Trace balled in this game. Blacknell moves chains. Felt like every time we had Blacknell, it was so important to get him the ball. In a big game, because he had the ability to really swing momentum going back to his freshman year. Huge play coming up. And, the thing with the 16 team is, do you throw here or do you run the ball? Because I never trusted them to be able to pick up a tough 2 yards, and here they're going to throw. Ace gets sacked. Chop Robinson, they were there in ducks under Chaz Wright, and Devon Ellis was also there. So 4th and 7. I wonder if they would have went for this if it was real life.
I just think it's a little early to be going for it. But yeah, I mean, if they wouldn't have got sacked, I think they would have considered it in real life. But but given 4th and 7 and 3 minutes still to go in the second quarter, just a little early, even for Joe Moorhead and company.
That was a bad throw by Cliff. John Reed. Nice return by John Reed out to the 48.
It was like an arm punt right there, but yeah, a really nice return. And John Clifford
Yeah,
makes the
he
first
went
mistake.
first and 10 arm punt.
He does get the tackle though, so
He does. He's piling up another stat for Sean Clifford.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Corey Geiger for shouting us out on his podcast today. It was very nice and appreciated his kind words. It was very nice. So if you're here because of that, thank you.
Yeah, that was really cool. The kind words that he said. I really appreciate it.
Promise we'll be back on Wednesday night for Penn State Football podcast. And my mic will be better. I'll be way more enthused. I'm using the laptop audio right now, and I have to mute myself before you talk, Sean. Otherwise, it'll echo. And it's just not going great for me. But appreciate everyone being here. Wow. I think he might have been down anyway, and they're going to review it. Yeah, because the computer loves to review it no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was obviously down. You know who else has played really well in this series has been Kobe King. I mean, if Kobe King plays like he plays in this series, Penn State's going to be in a pretty solid position. Got that interception, I think, I want to say that was in game 1, so. Got to feel like Penn State 2016 has to get a touchdown here, don't you think?
Yeah, you need 6 here. Field goal. I mean, you're within 15, but you really want a touchdown. That's the kind of play you need. Sean Hamilton.
Should remind everybody that drunk Sean yelled at him in a good way at a McDonald's one random night.
That I did. Couldn't have been nicer. I'm actually shocked that he talked to us.
That's a lot better than me trying to talk to Jawan Johnson randomly on the street and asking if he's going to be the next Allen Robinson.
Yeah, it's a little on the head, don't you think, Corey?
Yeah, that was not my best moment. Christoph says, "Do you guys think our defense next year will be better than this year?" It's a great question. I just don't know. I thought, oh wow, there's a touchdown to DeAndre Tompkins, who had a fantastic game in the first game. He was a little bit quiet in the second game, but 2016, making this a ball game, thankfully. Last year before the season started, I kind of said I don't know how that defense or this year's defense is going to be better than that year's defense, and then they ended up being better. I kind of feel the same way. I just don't know how they're going to be better. I mean, obviously there's ways they can be better, right? Like they can be better inside against the run. They can have better linebacking play. Just feel like they're losing. I mean, they got places they can, they got guys that can replace those things. But it's just hard for me to say right now that they're going to be improved, right? Like, I mean, I think they can be just as good, but saying they're going to be better is tough.
Yeah, it's hard to say right now, and I know it's not a sexy answer, but I do think their pass rush is going to be better, and I think with Manny Diaz's defense, a top-notch pass rush goes a long way. Like, I don't think we've even seen the potential of Denai Dennis Sutton yet, and I think, frankly, Abdul Carter is going to be better next year too. So I think that could make up for areas where we lost guys like Jair Brown.
Yeah, that was actually Penn State 2022 who used their timeout. So now 2016 used the timeout. So maybe bad clock management by James Franklin 2022. Now good clock management by James Franklin 2016. It doesn't matter because Sean Clifford throws a dot to Keandre Lambert Smith for a first down. Now it was good clock management by Penn State 2022. Bad clock management by Penn State 2016. You do plan on doing, I think the next team, Sean, I think 2005 is the next team.
Playing 2022?
Whoever wins this, I think.
Okay.
The plan eventually, this is ambitious, and we'll see how far we get. The plan eventually would maybe to be some sort of bracket with maybe like the 8 best teams in Penn State. Well, I don't know if Penn State 2022 is necessarily the 8th best team. I'm not trying to say that, but granted, there's a lot of people that care about the 2022 team more than maybe the 1969 team. No offense to anybody, but just kind of how it is. So there is going to be some recency bias. Like I think 2008 probably would make that list too, just because again, no offense to the older crowd, but the younger crowds are probably the people watching these right now. And when I say younger, I just mean under like 60. So like, not going to put the Penn State 1959 team in here per se.
I mean, I got to say the 1969 team, nice team. They also they're also the team that got robbed by Richard Nixon.
Well, I took out some plays for Sean Clifford to not run as much, and he still has. I mean, that was his best run, and he got sacked a couple times. Oh, he's hurt. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
You know what?
We know what this means.
He went hurry up huddle though, so he's okay. A little glitch in the game.
How about that?
He had a concussion. It looked like this is like a Tua situation, and it cost him.
Yep, it's because he's woozy. Yeah.
Kevin Givens got the fumble recovery there. I think, yeah, that was a Tua situation.
Yeah.
I'd be curious if he comes back out. I want to say right now Christian Bayer is the backup, so I might actually have to go change that because I didn't anticipate that. So that might be something at halftime I'll have to swap Drew Aller in. I'm not sure if he's technically the backup right now. I'll have to double check that. When the depth, let's see if I'm going to break that. When the depth charts were originally set up, Christian Bayer was still considered to be most likely the backup. So I don't think I ever changed that. But hey, Sean, we're at halftime here. If you guys haven't liked the video, please do that right now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. We're going to do more of these. Obviously, we have a podcast every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Sean and I, you'll see our faces, and there'll be better audio. Promise you that. And we'll talk about everything Penn State football. We'll be back this Wednesday at 8 o'clock. But this is the rubber match, Game 3. If you haven't watched Game 1 or Game 2, highly recommend it. 2016 won Game 1. 2022 team won Game 2. And this is the rubber match for all the marbles for a chance to take on Penn State 2005, which, going to be honest with you, probably not going to happen. Takes me some time to do these, so it's not something I can just kind of do tomorrow. But we'll get towards there. But look at that, Sean. I mean, if you told me 2016 has the time of possession, I don't think I really wouldn't understand how they would be losing by 11. But they are, and 2022 has 2 turnovers, so crazy.
Yeah, that is surprising, especially the turnovers. I mean, team time of possession's kind of overrated, but turnovers are not. So, yeah, 2022 shoot themselves in the foot a couple times, and they still have an 11-point lead. It looks like, I mean, the difference has been Cliff has been pretty, outside of that arm punt, he's been pretty surgical so far.
Yeah, and the fumble. So I will double check here. I mean, maybe the injury wasn't an injury after all. But if Christian Bayer comes out for Penn State 2022 when they get the ball, I'll make a manual substitution so Drew Aller comes in because technically he was number 2 on the depth chart. But We shall see. Maybe. I mean, it looked like a concussion, but he got back up and then fumbled. So who knows?
Oof.
Yeah, that's another good example of probably was just supposed to be a deflection, but it made it look like it probably should be picked. But anyway, I won't say that every time.
Yeah, I think they should start feeding Saquon at some point. Just try it. They're only 11 down. At least give him a touch. Yeah, mild concussion out for the game. Cliff's out.
Wow. Okay, so I will have to swap that out. But yeah. What I was gonna say was, I don't know what I was gonna say. I even added some incentives to maybe get Saquon going in this one, and it hasn't worked anyway. So.
Oh yeah, looks like he's the back. It's Aller season. By the way, fun fact, I saw Drew Aller at the Penn State basketball game last week. He was with Drew Shelton as he takes off for a nice run.
This is like the perfect conclusion to the Penn State 2022-2016 matchup. Drew Aller finish it off for Penn State 2022. I'm sure no one's going to overreact to anything Drew Aller does in this game.
Oh, no, definitely not. They wouldn't do something like that. Because if he struggles, they'll be saying, Corey rigged it so he could struggle. But if he does well, it'll be, he should have been the starter all along. We told you.
He's got a little happy feet right now. I think he's like 80-something overall, first off. Someone asked about his overall. So he's more than capable. I don't think he's that much, or if not any worse than Sean Clifford. So big 3rd and 10 here.
Broken up by John Reed.
John Reed's having a good game over there on Mitch Tinsley. That's a fun matchup. There's a lot of fun matchups, like Nick Singleton versus Manny Bowen, or Katron Allen versus Brandon Bell. I mean, there's just some... Oh, they faking it.
Fake punt. Barney. That was really something.
That's the second fake punt we have seen in this series. I just don't... Up
Nick
11.
INT.
Stacy Collins out of his mind.
Yeah, I could hear, even though this is a simulation, I could hear Twitter from here just blowing up about Stacy Collins.
That was a big hit on Saeed Blackmore.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he might have fumbled. Give it to Saquon.
Why give it to him when you can throw it to Blackmore for 21 yards? Trey started off really slow, but now he's 20 of 29, so he's really turned it around.
Yeah, he's found a groove.
Just abusing them over there on the curl routes. I mean, I don't know if I think that's Kalen King's side, and they're just curl routing them to death over there. There's a Mark Allen showing.
Mark Allen, yeah.
I really thought they were going to run it there in the split back set, but I don't think Saquon was even in the game. It was Mark Allen, and heck, maybe Andre Robinson was in. Good pickup there by Saquon on the blitz. Gesicki's gone. All the way inside the one. That was a heck of a pickup by Saquon on the pass protection. Manny Diaz came with the full-out blitz, and Gesicki gets the ball out there.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and just no one was over there. No one left.
Yeah, there's nobody around Mike Gesicki. That's a recipe for disaster for your defense.
Really thought that Mike Gesicki might be the X factor in these two because Penn State really doesn't have anyone that could cover him.
Right, and that's true. That's a matchup that Penn State, the 2022 team, would really struggle with because I wouldn't trust any of our linebackers covering him.
That was a fun little tackle there by Jair Brown wrapping up. But let's see if they give Miles Sanders is in now. It doesn't look like that's so much of a running formation either. I mean, running for Trace, that is.
Ace, touchdown. Go for 2, question mark?
Well, and to put it into perspective, I don't think they're going to. But it reminds me of the Minnesota game 2019 when it was about this point in the game and they did decide to go for 2. I don't think they got it.
Yeah, that's dicey.
If it's a fourth quarter with 4 minutes left, I'm going for 2. And now 4 minutes for this game is not the same as for real life, but third quarter, plenty of time. I don't mind the PAT there. You have all the momentum right now.
Same.
And more importantly, you got a true freshman quarterback on the other side. So things are looking really good if you're Penn State 2016 right now. I will say Penn State analytics, PSU analytics, Nate, he ran the model, ran the algorithm as Drew Aller. They ran that play with Sean Clifford a bunch and was successful, not that time. He ran the simulation on his algorithm for us, and I think it came out 28-24, which that score is looking really good right about now.
Favor of 16?
Favor of 2022.
Oh.
That touchdown, Brenton Strange had a great touchdown in the second game where he broke John Reed's tackle and went 6. And I was like, that every once in a while, this thing, well, I wouldn't say every once in a while, but often the simulation makes it look like, yeah, that's pretty realistic. Like Brenton Strange, really good tight end after the catch. I mean, just really impressed me with that all year.
Yeah, he was awesome the whole year with that. If we don't get that touchdown at Purdue with him, I mean, the whole season might have changed. There are just those moments and you never know when they're going to happen, and that was one of them. Hopkins got lit up there. He was a pretty decent punt returner, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it may have got called back, but he had one against Buffalo, I think, back in the rainy day of 2015. I think they called it back, but he had some really solid punt returns over the. If I had to take Parker Washington or him, I think I'd take DeAndre Thompson, honestly.
Yeah, returning punts for sure. I mean, receiver, not so much, but he can return a punt, and that's something I value.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gift. I mean, not everybody can return punts, and it's really hard to get it. It's a whole different thing than kick returning. So, Christoph wants to know what your favorite pizza place in the Valley is.
Probably Vince's in South Scranton, but I could go Maroney's in West Side too.
Or none of it, because I don't think their pizza's any good.
You had one pizza.
This could be a backbreaker. Penn State, Chop Robinson picks up the fumble and takes it all the way for a touchdown. The Penn State offense was turning anemic in this second half. The defense says, hold my beer, I'll do it for you. I think looked like it was Curtis Jacobs who forced the fumble. Kind of reminded me of that Rutgers game, but Chop Robinson taking it all the way, and now 2016 had all the momentum, has now lost all of it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to come back from 11 down on this defense. But if there's a team explosive enough to do it, it's the 2016 team. But they forgot Saquon exists, so that could be an issue too.
Somebody asked if McSorley gets hurt, does Sean Clifford come in? No. Clifford was not there yet. And
no. He's cool.
Tommy Stevens would be the backup in that situation. which it looks like Trace is still out there.
Tommy Stevens, friend of the pod.
I don't know how long he will be out there for because he keeps getting. And this is again kind of there's Devon Ellis. This is kind of what I was mentioning on that one tweet to Corey Geiger. This is the issue, right? I mean, you can't. It's one thing to get down and then just throw a bomb to Chris Godwin, but realistically, more often than not, you're gonna have to try to fight your way back, and constantly getting pressure is going to be an issue. But this time, Trace is able to break it for a 17-yard gain and move the stick. So it's constantly like a seesaw, Sean. It's like back and forth. It's get sacked, make a big play, get sacked, make a big play, and honestly, I think that's fairly realistic.
Yeah, honestly, and Trace has taken a beating in this one, and there were games where, I mean, we all remember he really did take a beating. So the whole team's on his shoulders right now. Polk.
Every time Polk catches, I'm automatically thinking Nick Singleton now when I see that 10.
I know. Yeah, there's some guys that are just synonymous with the number. Miles Sanders is going to be playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday.
A little busy for him to be playing in this game than getting over there on Sunday for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Talk about a YOLO moment. Race. Saquon and Chris.
At least they're getting him the ball somewhat. He does have 4 catches, but yeah, I mean, he's the best player in this game. And by this game, I mean in this game right here. So you like, I mean, if they get a lead, I think it might be a little bit different story. But
right. There's the man that you harassed on and asked him if he's going to be better than Allen Robinson, Corey.
You know, he had that one-handed catch against Ohio State, and I thought he might be better than Allen Robinson when he made that play.
He did have a knack for the crazy catches. It's just the easy ones he struggled with. I don't know how Trace got out of that.
So we got our first. Is this our first flag? Might be a holding.
Yeah, it's like maybe a hold. Yep.
Good old Brian.
Yeah.
You know, it was a flashback into a really worse time when doing the offensive line for Penn State 2016. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Like, how many guys on the offensive line in 2016 would have started on this line?
0.
Yeah, I really don't think any of them, except maybe Bates. But he wouldn't be the left tackle. They'd move him in. Or at right tackle. But that'd be it.
I don't even know if I would take Bates over Caden Wallace. I really don't think I would. Maybe from a pass pro perspective, maybe. But honestly, like, I think Caden Wallace got a bad rap because of that Purdue game. I really think and then he got banged up halfway through the year, but I thought he really played a lot better after that Purdue game. There's a big-time interception in the end zone by Keaton Ellis. Trace McSorley was pressured yet again, threw a Hail Mary pass, which his guys usually came down with in 2016, but there's a rude awakening that doesn't always work. And Penn State 2022's defense has kind of been the difference in this third quarter so far.
Yeah, and they have a way of taking over games. Singleton's had a good day, too. I mean, I would probably just ride Singleton the rest of the way if I was 2022, because Aller hasn't looked great. Juwan Johnson straightened back is out for 8 weeks.
That's a pretty bad strained back for
Yeah, that back must really be strained. I thought that's something that you could just kind of massage and it's better.
Maybe that's like a Tua situation. That's actually not what's wrong with him. They're just, I don't know. We head to the fourth, and it's not over. It's an 11-point game. A lot can happen. But right now, the Penn State 2022 defense is kind of having their way with 2016. Sean Clifford got banged up, and Drew Aller is in the game. Going to be an interesting fourth quarter here. I feel like any points by Penn State 2022 could put this one away. So, big drive upcoming for the Penn State 2016 defense.
I don't know, Jim.
I know Nick Singleton averaging 7.7 yards per carry. I also think is fairly accurate.
Yeah, that's about right.
I also think it's fairly accurate for Marcus Allen to stuff somebody in the backfield as he does right there. Big 3rd and 7 here for the true freshman quarterback, Drew Allen.
Yeah, and again, this is just kind of what the 2016 team, the defense, I mean, they weren't the greatest, but they had a knack for getting stops when they needed to, as they try to get the 22 team off the field here. Yeah, and Aller is a little off.
Looks like he got hit when he threw. I'm not sure what happened. He kind of double pumped. I don't know what that was all about, but ball did not come out cleanly. 2 of 5 for 7 yards for Drew Aller, so he has not found his. Oh, Tompkins muffed it, picked it back up though, and then got absolutely destroyed by Marquise Wilson. 2016's got plenty of opportunities. 7 minutes ago, plenty of time for them to do something, but you don't even have to score a touchdown right here, but you got to get some points on this drive.
Yeah, that one went right off of Tompkins' dome. Trace.
One of those things where you think maybe they stay in bounds now?
Yeah, I think so. I think Tompkins picks up at least 7 or 8 there. But hey.
Maybe Cliff got hurt so he could keep the under 30 pass attempt, so Penn State could be pretty much undefeated.
I think that's what it was. He was like, all right, we're good. I trust the defense enough. Johnny Dixon's 5 tackles today.
1 for 9 on 3rd down. There, they get it out. I don't really know. That's Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, again, plays a lot. There's the Air Force logo, our mascot. Only thing you can't get rid of. It's like hardwired into the game itself for whatever reason.
Because we love the troops, man.
When I make the next team, I'm going to try to do my best to choose a team that does not have a mascot. But we'll see how that goes.
This is a must touch. Well, they could kick a field goal and then they're only down 8. So they don't necessarily need a touchdown here.
Yeah,
that was a throw by Trace there.
I think he was throwing that one away. Sometimes the computer senses pressure and freaks out for no reason. I think that was one of those situations. Comes back and throws a laser over the missile. Freaking Stanley Steamer.
I like that one.
Playing man coverage there, and DeAndre Tompkins just beats Johnny Dixon over the middle. So they're now I feel like you're about to be inside the 20. Now I feel like you got to score first. This is too good of an opportunity.
Yeah, that's Trace my 8. All right. I could probably go for the end zone here on 2nd and short.
I don't know. They haven't had very much success on 3rd and 2s in this game. I'd pick up the first knowing that they're going to throw out of this formation now. They like that. Computer loves throwing out of that tight bunch formation on either side.
Nice catch by Polk there. He got pulverized, but he hung on to it.
Polk's having a good game. Herb Charles is in the game now, and so is Zach McPherson.
Touchdown, Trace. Go for 2. I think you have to now.
That was as exciting as Joe Buck right there, Sean. They agree with you. They're going for it. Mike Gesicki? No, he's going to stand and block. Wow.
But it works out.
That was too easy. Jair Brown got sniffing inside because got caught, hand in the cookie jar there. Yeah. Joey Porter Jr. He had the flat, so not really his responsibility. That was on Jair Brown there. And 28-25, Penn State 2022 is going to get the ball, but Drew Aller is 1 for 5 for 7 yards, I believe. So this is going to be an interesting drive for 2022, hanging on by their britches.
Yeah, this is a really good game actually. You had 16 down by 21 points, then Cliff goes out. Now they're just 22's just trying to hang on, and Aller will pick up 7 there. He fumbled. Oh, that's picked up by Evan Schwann.
I think he was down. I think.
Let's see a replay.
We'll get a review of it, I promise you.
You're right. Yep, there it is, booth review. Yeah, he looks down. Yep, for sure.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Nothing they like more than their booth reviews. I think this is the first year, maybe it was the second year of booth reviews. I don't know, but they love them no matter what. They got so many of those things. But anyway, big conversion, or not conversion, but big chunk there on first down.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like the jet sweep Tinsley. Foot race. Gone. Touchdown.
Wow. That's impressive.
That may put it out of reach. I think the Nittany Lion just did the robot.
Credit Mike Yursich for getting creative there, having a young quarterback in there, going into his bag of tricks, getting the ball to Mitch Tinsley in space, and blocked extremely well right there. And I mean, wow. Just like that, 10-point game.
Yeah, and you have to do that when you have a quarterback who's struggling a bit and you're just trying to hang on to the game, and that's...
You know, 2016, if anyone can come back, it's 2016. 4:44 left. But they kind of need not just a quick score here, which we've seen them do that in this series. DeAndre Tompkins has taken the lid off of the 2022 defense a couple times in this one. So it's 100% possible. But they need to kind of score quickly, and then the defense is going to need to get a stop, which I thought was going to be fairly easy, but as we saw right there, maybe not the case.
Yeah, there's just not much time. So that falls incomplete. Yeah, now it's obviously 4-down territory. I would think, being down 10 points.
Yeah, unless 4th and 18 or something stupid, maybe not. I guess. But
yeah, don't like that Tom Brady play call right there. Double screen to Godwin.
Trace McSorley has thrown it. Now, again, they've been down. I think that kind of, again, was what hurt them so much. Is they were down 21-0. And so they've been having to throw the ball a bunch, and Saquon's kind of not been able to be a part of this as much as maybe you'd like to see.
All right, 4th and 8. You got to go for it, in my mind. And they're punt. This is more conservative than Ted Cruz, right? Well, you just hand the ball to Katron Allen or Nick Singleton here. At least on the first 2 downs. And then you see what happens from there. If you're 3rd and less than 5, then you give it to them again. But no, they're going to throw.
They completed it.
5. Yeah, I wouldn't have trusted Haller to put it in the air, frankly.
Yeah, that's a good point. And they're going to throw it again.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And he fumbled. So that gives Penn State 2016 some life.
That's why you punt the football, Sean.
Yeah. James Franklin was out thinking James Franklin there.
Jason Kabinda, of all people, puts his thumb up in the air, says, I love James Franklin over talking to Drew Aller.
Yeah, he should be yelling at himself.
Hey, that's Mike Yursich calling plays, all right? Don't put that on my boy James. Ooh!
Oh, that's a big... Oh, that was broken up.
Someone says put Fabula in. That might be the comment of the day.
Yeah, it's coming.
Danny says Aller's scrambling way more than he should. I mean, that's what happened. You put a freshman in this obviously huge at-stakes game, and the pressure might have just got to the young guy a little bit.
You don't say, Corey. That could happen? That's stuff that happens in real life?
There's Saquon doing so. That right there is a good example. It's a stiff arm, but really Saquon probably jukes the crap out of that dude. But regard 50 passes for Trace now.
Yeah, Trace was also the type of guy you really didn't want putting the ball in the air that much. And he was an awesome quarterback, but you really didn't want him putting the ball in the air 50 plus times.
The previous play is under review.
They love the reviews.
That's incomplete.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
It should have been complete. I don't know how Tompkins didn't get his foot down, but it's incomplete. Trace.
And they are really stretching the sideline. This is Josh McPherson getting in some. I'm sorry, it was Josh McPherson, not Zach McPherson. I got those two confused. One of them is in the Super Bowl this week. I think it's Zach.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's Zach.
Yeah,
McPherson.
you're correct. Zach.
What a dot. Deshaun
Touchdown.
Hamilton in the back of the end zone. Did he get a foot in? Oh my goodness, what a pass, what a catch. That view did not help me at all, but
No, you can't tell anything from that.
and we're gonna get another review.
Stop if you've heard this before.
Oh, I think he caught that.
Catch.
I don't know if they're gonna give it to him in the game, but I think he did catch it.
Yeah, that right foot, it takes a while to leave the ground. That's all you need.
Review of the play. The ruling on the field stands.
Play
The
stands.
computer got it right. Look at that. What a dot by Trace McSorley. We got ourselves a 3-point game with 2:49 left.
Yeah, and 2016 has all their timeouts, so they are right in this one. They just need a stop. And they should, if they could get a stop on 3 downs, they should have plenty of time even without a timeout left.
Or Mitch Tinsley could just run another 66-yard sweep for a touchdown.
That is true. Because outside of that, though, the 2022 offense has been pretty lifeless this whole half. They're an empty, bold strategy. And they run a play near the sideline. But they pick up 9, so.
Hey, I have heard the expression, if you're only up by 3, pretend like you're down by 3.
That is true.
They're taking that very literally here. I just wonder if Sean Clifford stays healthy in this game, is there, who knows what happens, right?
Yeah, it's probably a lot more lopsided. That's a long time to stay in a stance. As they milk the clock, they were out of the huddle with 25 seconds left as they pick up the first down. That is huge.
Yeah,
It's
one more of
2016.
those.
Earn
That's
a
over.
timeout. Yep.
Look at the first downs, 19-18.
Yep, very even, and that's game. Katron Allen calls it.
I think that's pretty good, honestly.
Yep. Yeah, this game I think is the most representative out of the three of them. I mean, the other two could theoretically happen because, like you said before, two even teams playing each other. There's always blowout potential, always. But I think this is the most accurate representation.
You know, I'm doing my math. Theoretically, they could get some time here, I think. Technically.
They could.
But no,
They
I
could.
agree, Sean.
You kick a field goal here if you're 2022 if you pick up the first down. Or do you go for it? Or do you punt? Because you could punt. Try to get Barney to pin him.
I think they'd try to kick the field goal, I think, knowing the computer. But yeah, I don't know. No, I agree. I think this has been, this is completely luck that this turned out to be the best game on game 3. So happy for that.
Aller throws. And it's a drop. Ooh. So 2016 will have plenty of time.
They're kicking the field goal. This is a 54-yarder.
Wow. James Franklin's going to catch hell for this one if they blow it. And it's no good.
You know, if Mitch Tinsley just catches the ball, this one's over. Was that wide left? Because that looked like it had the distance.
Yeah, that went wide.
All right, well, 2016 has a chance to tie it or win it.
And that'll help. First down out to the 50 with Saquon. 55 seconds. Clock stops on the first down.
You know, if this goes to overtime, knock on wood, I really don't like 2022's chances.
Yeah, because when 16 got hot, it was tough to stop them too. Josh McPherson with the big catch. For the first down, that clock pauses.
I don't want to jinx this, but typically this is when a Trace McSorley interception happened.
That at times.
Yeah, not obviously in 2017, but again, that
Right.
Pitt and USC game still very fresh in my memory. 56 pass attempts for McSorley now.
And they spike it. 28 left. 3rd and 1. Saquon has a pectoral strain. He'll be back soon.
Not 8 weeks for that?
What's up?
Wow, Brandon Polk over the middle. They've got a chance to win this thing.
With 23 seconds left, it is 1st and goal.
I think that's Mark Allen in the game at running back. Almost intercepted by Kalen King. 15 ticks left. They don't have any timeouts, so they've got to go to the air here. Anything on the ground, they could cost them the game. The computer's not good at clock management. They mess things up often, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, sack would be devastating, but never mind. Mike Gesicki gives the 2016 team the lead with 11 seconds left. Wow.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Man. With 11 seconds left, Mike Gesicki and Penn State, 2016 Penn State leads for the first time today.
High scoring affair? That's for sure.
I would say so. So 2022 field goal does nothing, so they need a touchdown.
So Penn State 2022 on offense had one play in the second half. That's it. That's all they did. One play. That Tinsley touchdown. Otherwise, they had the fumble. They had the missed field goal. And then they had the Chop Robinson touchdown. But offensively, they did pretty much nothing in the second half.
Right. Yeah, and Cliff going out, that really cost them. And that's a... Well, they could use a timeout.
That was a freshman mistake right there.
Yeah, you gotta just put it in the air. And that's game. Evan Schwan seals it.
3 sacks for Evan Schwan today.
Man possessed. He had a couple sacks in the Ohio State game, if I remember correctly.
So I'm going to go ahead and put an asterisk around this because Sean Clifford got hurt. But I guess 2016 is going to go on to play 2005. I guess that's the verdict. Man, I really feel like that's not fair to the 2022 team since Cliff got hurt. But, I mean, he was in the game. He got hurt because of the game itself. So,
But Corey, wait a second. Drew Aller is the better quarterback, so I mean, 16 is clearly superior then.
right. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I guess 2016 2005 coming up at some point here next week or so, a couple weeks. I don't want to put a time constraint on me, but that was a fun one.
Very much so. Yeah, this was awesome. This was a great series, and shout out to Corey for setting this up. That this is a pain in the rear end to put together, and Corey does an awesome job with it.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I apologize for our audio being subpar today, but hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please make sure you've liked the video, and if you haven't, consider subscribing. We will be back for the podcast on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Hopefully, you guys are able to join, whether that's live on YouTube or at some point while listening on the podcast. So, appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next time. See you later, Sean.
See you, Corey. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good week, everybody.